Chaser Fay that a player will break an all-time NFL record because of this 18th game this week. So you have TJ Watt, who's really close to the sacks record there. He's just one off of it. Kupp needs like 11 catches to tie the record, 135 yards to tie the receiving yards record. Brady's close to the completions record. Steve, what do you think here? You think one of these guys can do it?
Yeah, I think Watt's probably in the best position to do that. Like, whoever is starting for the Ravens, like at this point, like that offensive line has just been absolutely terrible for them this season. Like if it is Lamar Jackson, let's just say, he's been under pressure on 37% of his dropbacks, 52.7% completion rate in that scenario, only 7.1 yards per attempt. Like he's really struggled under pressure. And if he's playing in this game, how healthy is that ankle going to be? So there's that factor too as well. So I think this is a good spot for TJ Watt to break that record.
And it's cool. There's some, if you go to the NFL section of the DK Sportsbook as well and click on DK Promotions, you can bet TJ Watt to record at least 1.5 sacks, which would obviously break the record here, Geoff. Yes is minus 130.
I mean, like, I almost think all these records could be broken that we mentioned. The Kupp, the TJ Watt, and the Brady one. Brady needs like what, 16 completions or something
15
to tie. It's not many to beat the record. And then you've got TJ Watt. Like, this just goes to another point. My favorite spot on the entire betting board this week is just take the Pittsburgh Steelers money line. Why are the Baltimore Ravens getting any respect in the odds at this point in the year? They are banged up in every single facet of the game. They were never really that good to begin with. Now you've got the Steelers still in the playoff hunt. With this TJ Watt thing going on, he's going to be absolutely, just pumped. The whole defensive unit is going to be pumped to get this. And you've got potentially like the Ravens busting out an injured Lamar Jackson to play in this game. There's so many factors here that lead to me liking Pittsburgh on the money line. And I do think TJ Watt gets there. And I also think Cooper Kupp gets there since we're going to talk about all these records. It's going to be a close game. San Francisco does not have a good secondary. 11 catches, that's just like another day at the office for Cooper Kupp. I think all these records might fall, if I'm being dead honest.
Hey, Geoff, real quick. I don't know if you know this, but the Steelers stink too. So there is that. That's why this is probably so close. And
we just had the odds there up on the screen. So Cooper Kupp over 11.5 receptions, which would break the record. That's plus 400 for yes. And then to record over 135.5 receiving yards, yes is plus 190.
It sounds to me like Buchanan has put all his money on the Baltimore Ravens.
No,
that's what it sounds like to me. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You know what it is? Geoff got caught up in the emotion. He's like, oh, the Steelers are good again. Look at Big Ben. He did such a great job at home. They stink, Geoff. That's why the odds are what they are.
Hey, Reid, Kupp had 11 grabs for 122 yards. Hey, buddy. 11 grabs for 122 yards earlier this season.
Weird camera angle.
No, I kind of like it. It's something a little different.
No, it's a little sorority angle. I like that. I think look, I don't like doing this very often. I'm going to agree with Geoff. I think.
Here we go.
Wow. I think all three of these are definitely in play. I love the TJ Watt call that Steve laid out. Look, if Baltimore is worse in adjusted sack rate, and Pittsburgh is third in defensive sack rate, right? And TJ Watt's the best guy. He needs 1.5 to get that. He had his second best game against the Ravens in Week 13, where he got 3.5 sacks. It was a slog fest. It was raining, and Lamar Jackson was just running all over the yard. But because the offensive line is god awful, Brady needs 15 or 16 completions. He's averaging 23 against Carolina in his career, right? I think he also needs 46 attempts to break both completions and attempts record. And we've seen that time and time again from Brady and the Buccaneers this season. And Kupp, he went for 11, like you mentioned, Emerson. San Francisco, 18th in pass DVOA. It can definitely get done. So I'm going to chase all three. Why not?